Hello. My name is Literary Haley, and I love to talk about books, specifically romance books, where audiobooks are my jam. I don't know about you guys, but I actually love reading on my phone. There are, of course, some drawbacks to reading on my phone, as in like being distracted. But here are 5 things that I love about reading on my Kindle app on my phone. These are not in really any particular order, but I do have one major reason why I enjoy reading on my Kindle app versus the Kindle Paperwhite. I do love my Kindle Paperwhite for different reasons, but the reason why I love reading on my Kindle app definitely surpasses my Kindle Paperwhite. Starting off with my favorite reason why I love reading on my Kindle app is the Whispersync. Now, what is Whispersync? As far as I'm aware, Whispersync is if you download or purchase a book and it has an audiobook, most of the time it falls under the category of Whispersync. After you've downloaded or purchased the ebook, you get the audio at a discounted rate, which I love. Here in the US, the Whispersync is about $7.49. Sometimes the audios are less, sometimes they're a little bit more, it just depends. I find that most of the time, if the book is on Kindle Unlimited, the audio will be $7.49 or less. If it's not on Kindle Unlimited and say I purchased the ebook, the Whispersync is usually more than $7.49, but still cheaper than like an audio credit or just flat out buying the audiobook. Now, as far as I'm aware, the Kindle app on your phone is the only thing able to do this specific Whispersync. The reason why this is my favorite is that when you download the Whispersync in the Kindle app, you open it up, you can still control the speed at which it reads, just like you would on the audio app, but it actually highlights the words as they're said. And I absolutely love that. It definitely helps me get that extra focus in while I'm trying to read. And the Kindle itself does not do this, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure the Kindle does not allow this. Whispersync specifically, where it will highlight the word as it is said, and it's just perfection. Another thing that I really enjoy about reading on the Kindle app is the colored highlights. I love annotating, and for instance, like with this book right here, Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, I have annotated it and highlighted certain colors. And with the Kindle app, you have the ability to change highlights depending on how you want to organize your highlights. And I think that's really cool. And the Kindle Paperwhite doesn't do this just because there is no color. Although I've heard that there might be a possibility of a Kindle coming out with colors. So that might be changing here pretty soon. Speaking of colors within the Kindle app versus the Kindle Paperwhite, this specific Kindle Paperwhite that I have has dark mode as well as regular mode, but the Kindle app has way more options. There is a blue background option, there is a cream option, which is my personal favorite, and the font on that one is like a brown color. They have the standard white background with the black writing, or they have the black background with the white writing. Another thing I really enjoy about reading on my Kindle app is the fact that it is so much easier to look up words that I don't know, or also Google Translate words. Yes, the Kindle will do this as well if it's connected to internet, but my phone's always connected to internet with cellular data and whatever else. It's just so much easier to be like, highlight, boom, and I've got my word for me. The last thing that I want to talk about is the fact that the Kindle app will give you like reading streaks. It'll also give you reading insights and goals you can unlock and all this other fun stuff. I'm sure there might be a way that the Kindle does this as well, but I'm just not too familiar with that. With the Kindle app, you can see it on the calendar. To me, they both have positives and negatives, and I think it all depends on what kind of reader you are and what is going to work best for you. For me, they both serve a purpose differently, and I enjoy them both separately. However, I'm more of an audiobook girly. So with the Whispersync, that is just like my ultimate favorite thing about reading on the Kindle app versus my Kindle Paperwhite. I do think that if you're an audiobook listener, I recommend checking this out. I'm sure some of these things that I've mentioned cross over between the Kindle app itself to the Kindle. But for me personally, I'm happy with reading on my Kindle app. And those are the 5 things that I love about reading on my Kindle app versus my Kindle Paperwhite. What do you love most about reading on your Kindle app? Or do you enjoy reading on your Kindle Paperwhite more? Or your Kindle Oasis or whatever Kindle you have more? I'm curious and would love to know your thoughts. But thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.